What's up, guys? Today we got the final four of the craziest hybrids in the hybrid war. Which one of them will win this? Who will win and who will be the crown victor in defeating the Indominus Rex 2.0? Let's get right into it now, shall we? Let's see who's the craziest.
For the champion to take
Reacting
on the
to
animal currently
Goji
known
Center's
as
vid.
Indom 2.0, more than
Here you go, bro.
1,600 brave
I
geneticists
was actually following along the
unleashed
cyber
their
contest. It was looking
creations.
interesting, I can't lie.
Many found themselves in the Hall of Shame.
It was low-key
Some were
interesting.
well
Hall of
built,
Shame, damn.
But only the best of the best
I know, they
will
wanted,
make it
like,
the
stuff to be,
dreaded
like, low-key
stage
the
of
best
facing the
accuracy.
pale horse of
My
excitement.
hybrids don't really have
After a few
accuracy.
rounds, the creme de la
But
creme
that's why we love
was rendered
science.
down to just four.
Not science, we love
Triceratops
fiction and
Bark
creation.
that
51
relies on having its opponent
51
come
feet
to
long.
it first, so it can pull a
Not gonna lie.
counterattack using that horn and beak.
That
Being
thing do
able to
look
strike at
dangerous, I
approaches
can't
from
lie.
multiple angles. Whereas Caranoceratops doesn't have to rely on that methodology.
Caranoceratops
Instead,
looks
it
like an
goes on the
actual
offensive
beast, though. That's the
much
thing.
more
Like, that's a
easily
club,
thanks to its
too.
more agile frame
I mean,
and easier
I mean, that thing is
weapons.
a better
Both of these
average
armored
than the two.
herbivores combine aspects
Because,
of an
like,
ankylosaur and
because if you
ceratopsian,
think about it,
but
bro,
Caranoceratops
like a
focuses
Triceratops
more on
head, but
the
with the
latter and
Ankylosaurus
Theropelta
armor and
more
tail,
on
that
the
thing would be
former.
diabolical.
Definitely solid choices, considering both types
That
of
thing would be
herbivores had to
diabolical
deal
to
with
fight
large
against.
Tyrannosaurs for millions of years towards
Yeah,
the end of the
its T-Rex would
Cretaceous.
actually
Both
just
of
want to
them have a
disappear, bro.
formidable set of jaws that can grapple and potentially hamstring their opponent with a direct bite to the limbs. Both have other assets to call upon, such as the spiky armor and larger frill on Caranoceratops, making a 10
I think bottom is
climb on
more
top of it
dangerous.
or
Yeah,
target
I
the
think that
neck
one's more
of
dangerous. What about
fool's
y'all?
errand. Whereas its
Drop a
iron-hearted
comment.
ally bears an alarming
I'm not gonna. I think the
threat to
Triceratops one's
confuse
much
an
more
enemy
dangerous now.
and overlapping armor
Low
for
key?
a near impenetrable defense on its back.
Ooh.
Two of the differences between them is the type
look at
of
the
horn
size
and
difference,
tail-borne
too.
weapons they employ.
I think it's gonna run its head and that
Numerous
thing's
Ceratops
gone.
experimented with different
Like, what do you, like,
styles of
the
horns.
size-
Some for chiefly display, some were primarily for competing against their own kind,
Mm-hmm.
and some would have been unwieldy against a predator. The nasal horn of Theropelta can still be plenty lethal, but it
I mean,
would be
yeah,
more
I mean,
effective
it's
for
not a
humans
big
to
horn, but
try
hey,
and
if
stab
it
an
still hits you, it's
opponent
gonna do
attempting to
damage.
get
That shit
past the
gonna
head
hurt.
and on top of
Ah!
an armored adversary.
That's still gonna do
Meanwhile,
damage.
The large brow horns of the Caranoceratops might not be as effective when swung
I do
up,
have
but
hybrids
they
on my
can
art
be
channel.
used to fence, stab, and
I
be
made
employed
these
as a
hybrids
lance
before the
to
whole
charge
highbrow
more
breakout war
effectively.
happened, but
Ankylosaurs
I mean, it was like
also
low-key popular, so I was like,
experimented
screw it,
with a
why not post
wide
something?
variety of armor and weapons.
But yeah, I
Some
think the
of these
Triceratops
prioritize
one with the
defense
ink
as
club,
the best
whatever the
offense.
hell its name is.
Others might have been
I think
focusing
I'd
more
rather.
on
I think that
size
one's
for
gonna
their
win this
defense
challenge.
and
I think
use
this
their
one's gonna
clubs
like
against
beat
their
this
own
one to
kind.
pass and go to the
And
next
others
level.
still might have focused on predator defense.
Ooh.
The primary contributor to
Sorapelta?
the tail of
And
Theropelta
and
and Odontosaurus is a dark horse pick, but a study
Dark
of the
horse?
mechanics for its sledgehammer
Oh,
tail
bro,
found an
that thing- it
ideal
looks so
design
cool.
for delivering crushing hits on a strike. More so than the
What carnivores
Ankylosaurus-like
did it live
club
with? Does
on
anyone know?
Caranoceratops
What
that
carnivores
could be
did it
swung
live
about
with?
quickly, but would have lacked as much striking force.
I don't know what carnivores
so
it lived
these two are
with.
neck and neck in so many categories, but the fight
I don't know what
methodology for
carnivores it
this
lived with.
round will win the day. One of these two is near second to none in defensive fighting, but the other one
I
trades
think
away
that
some of
one's more
for
dangerous,
better
low-key.
offensive capability. The tail strikes are a superb weapon, but are best done from a ground
I think
stand,
those
waiting
are more
for the enemy
dangerous.
To come to it.
I will
Whereas the
stand
more
by it.
accentuated horns of the other hybrid
I
can
would
be used
rather mess.
defensively
Not even
and
rather I mess.
offensively.
I just think I think the Triceratops, that one, yeah, that one right there is absolutely just gonna is more like
Caranoceratops doesn't need
like
to be
vile.
fast
Not
enough
vile,
to
but,
point
like,
to chase it down. It just needs to keep
more
up with it
dangerous.
enough to not allow
Mm.
bulls
Oh,
in the
a
jungle.
2v1 now?
Would be the perfect
So now we're
choice
just getting
for a
jumped in
fight
LA?
in between skirmishes.
Man, how is that fair?
For that full frontal charge, it'll be the
So we're just gonna go for the
shield
jumping
behind
now?
the spear that is
Man, what is this on
Caranoceratops.
about? This is
The
low-key
elite
unfair.
horned menace gores its
How
way
dare
to the
you.
finale.
Our channel, you
The
somehow watch
other
this. What's
semifinal
up?
features Armatus
Thank you.
Gigantus
There you go.
evaluated against
But hey,
Yamabrontorax.
okay, here we
This
go.
matchup is a perfect
This-
contrast.
this
Hadrosaur
is
gestalt
interesting.
made by hybridizing numerous
Yeah, I've seen this
contributors
Hadrosaur. I actually watched a
and
video before
legendary
the
hybrid
Hadrosaur
hero
video
king,
on this before
contrasted
Goji
with a
Center even like
simple
posted a video.
sauropod design whose power is anything but simple by being built upon possibly the most powerful titan to ever walk the earth. Now, had this been a competition where the
Look at the
hybrids were
head.
fighting each
I
other,
can't take the one on the left
this would have been
seriously.
a war.
I
The
can't take the
ages
one on the left
God King
seriously.
against towering titan, but it would end with a pretty well-defined winner. Armatus Gigantus is an
Dude, I
absolute
cannot take the one on the
juggernaut
left seriously.
combatant
That
and
like
would
the face,
handily
bro. That
take
actually got me
forward
giggling. I'm
potentially
sorry. It's
scores
looking
of
funny.
rabid attackers. However, in the scenario we have, the Tower of Power does have one weakness in that any engagement has to be on its opponent's terms. The 2.0 can keep
You know,
a
we also
trailing
can
pace
react to
and
these sports
handily
highlights.
outrun its opponent, keeping a distance and only rushing in for hit and run attacks or
and
attempting to
run?
climb onto its titanic opponent. Make no mistake, Armatus Gigantus
Dude,
absolutely
bro,
would win a
the
majority
weight
of the
difference would
battles
do a
where it got
ton,
pitted
bro. Like,
against
look at the weight
2.0
difference in the
on
size.
neutral ground. It's even one of the few hybrids that could conceivably fight off multiple attackers at the same time.
I mean, it makes
and
sense. Look how big it
still
is.
have a
Look at his
very good
tail.
chance at winning.
Look at how big it is. Look at his
Being
tail.
able to chase down and keep the pressure on the 2.0 when it tries to retreat or fall back after getting wounded might be
Like-
critical. Something Gilgamesh has more than enough ability to
Gilgamesh?
do. Had Armatus been somewhat lighter and kept up a consistent pace,
Nah, not
better,
Excalibur.
this very close contest would have been tilted the other way.
Hey, Fate Grand
Gilgamesh
Knight
still
series.
has more
I gotta
than
finish
enough
watching
mass
that,
and
low-key.
strength to crush his
Isn't
opponent.
this one's
The
base body a
intelligence to
Shang?
keep up with
Shang
his
Tusaurus, right? It's like
strategies
a
and still has the
Monosaurus on
agility
steroids.
and nimbleness to chase it down if it has to.
I think.
It wouldn't be reliant on waiting for its opponent to come to it. When
I
the
think.
hybrid teams are turned loose against the 2.0 hordes, Armatus Gigantus will prove to be a critical flagship for the team to rally around. The
That
hunk
thing
of the
is
squads
massive.
as the
Look at- oh
heavy
my God, the head.
assault tank. But its Hadrosaur comrade will be the one leading the charge from up front.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh makes it onward
Makes
to
sense.
the finale. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the finalists of
I mean,
the
who do you
Great
think's
Hybrid
winning?
War.
Gilgamesh with the sharp-ass
Tyrannoceratops
teeth fight,
against
or that trike? I got my
Yamabrontorax.
money on the trike, low-key.
Triceratops and Shantungosaurus.
Shantungosaurus, yep, I was
Outside of
right.
the most titanic of the sauropods,
I mean,
these
some of the
two
most
herbivores
titanic, but
are
also
some of the
big. Like,
mightiest
look at that thing's
herbivores
head,
of
and then look at the other one's
Mesozoic and
size.
the apexes
Like, the Shang
of
is
their
so big.
families.
The Shang is
Both of them
massive
went
if you
against
even
two of
compare
the
it to a
largest
T-Rex.
Tyrannosaurs to ever exist. Both of these combatants are armed and armored from head to tail,
Mm-hmm.
with two of the strongest jaws, powerful but agile bodies,
But look at the
excellent
size
reach,
difference.
and robust defenses.
Look at the size difference. Oh
Tyrannoceratops
my
has a very
god.
slight edge in offensive capability
Bro, making
with its
the
one-shot kill maneuver.
actually making the
A
Indom look like,
full-on
yo,
charge
chill,
and
little
goring
bro.
impalement
Chill, little bro.
capability
Chill, little bro.
unlike any other
Hey, keep it a
hybrid
buck, look at
seen in
it.
the top 16, being much more
Yeah, that
straightforward
one horn in
to
and that thing
land.
is gone.
Yamabrontorax, meanwhile, can also end a fight quickly by a combination of
Okay,
body
these are
slam
more-
followed up by a head bite and trample.
Head bite, oh,
this
damn.
attack is not as streamlined to execute, but still just
Indy,
as
get up.
lethal.
Indom, get up.
Gilgamesh,
Don't let it
however,
run at
does
you.
hold a lead in finesse, its longer tail giving it a greater reach, and its body being less stout and able to react quicker. Triceratops, however, isn't so far behind in that regard by a wide margin.
Okay.
It still has plenty of options to fight.
I'm saying that thing looks. I would not want to fight that thing. Okay, I'd rather. I mean, the Shang thing. Okay, yeah. I thought the Triceratops one is more dangerous than the Shang.
Center team on how these confrontations could go. It was revealed that
Like-
both excel at defeating the theropod in open battle. at
Wait, height
pretty
16.6
good rates.
meters? That one's- wait, what?
Tyrannoceratops fights just like his base contributor.
Huh?
Horns splayed directly at the
Those
attacker
meters in height
without
don't
the
add
worry
up.
of getting a fatal injury if the 2.0
I mean, feet.
flanks it, thanks to its armor.
Dude, that thing
options
looks
to attack
diabolical.
at the
I love
rear,
that thing.
And a pretty nasty bite with a few nasty side effects. Yamabrontorax excelled at
Alright,
both
be honest, bro.
defense and
Which would
offense,
you rather
just
have?
like
Would you rather have the Shang or the Trike
using its
hybrid?
massive armored
Like to
body
defend you
as a
from it.
weapon,
Like,
turning
would you rather have
defense
defend you?
into offense in seconds,
The Shang
with
or
options of
the
attack
Trike?
from the front, bottom, and rear, and nearly impenetrable armor on its back. Without any
Like-
terrain to take advantage of and no sharp
I mean,
logs
if
or
it's just a
pylons,
flat-ass
the
thing, the
2.0
Indom Loki
is
gonna get.
outclassed in both scenarios.
But the Indom like is big, but it's like
Decided, ladies
smaller
and
than you
gents,
like
by
than I
unanimous
thought.
decision at Goji Center HQ. The winner of the first hybrid war
Okay.
is Bull.
Yep.
Yes, you heard us right. Bull. Gilgamesh and Tyrannoceratops were both so well designed that for every one flaw in one, another could be found in its opposite.
Yeah.
For every strength and advantage in one, there was another for the other. Truly, this was a war unlike many others. Some of the other members of
Oh,
the
they
top
were the
16
top two
these
finale.
two surpassed might have had the opposite result in a different
Okay.
light. This hybrid war had potentially many more entries that could have defeated a 2.0 in a straight
Yeah.
contest. So, to any of our competing geneticists watching, even if your hybrid did not make the honorable
Bro,
mentions,
a Lego?
pat yourselves on the back as we give you a thumbs up. Now, with our champions fully rendered and ready to rumble their foe in 3D, we
Wait.
can turn these dozens of viable genomes loose where they
Wait,
are
are they
needed
animating a
most.
battle?
Tyrannoceratops and Yamabrontorax are now being deployed to the ravaged Isla Nublar as frontrunners
Oh,
of this
crap.
massive army composed of the other
Oh,
members
that's
of the
comp. That's
16
cool.
honorable mentions and more. These
Oh, that
two
is
will
cool.
lead hundreds of hybrid combatants in Mortal Kombat, and we are sure.
How many hybrids are they gonna
will
drop
win.
though? Like realistically,
Operation Destroy All Hybrids. has
Destroy
now
all monsters, head ass.
begun.
that was okay. A good video. That was a good video.